All right, what's up, y'all? So today, I want to ask y'all a question, man. What has happened to my glorious Friday Night Smackdown, man? What happened? Like, let's just start at the champions. You have DIY, tag team champions. We are, they're cool. Not bad champions. They just won the belts from Theory and Grayson Waller. They're not bad. And the theme song, pretty bad. Catchy, but pretty bad. But as wrestlers, they're pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? I think they're going to have a great championship run. You have Logan Paul, who, for my money, is the worst United States champion of all time. I'll speak about that a little bit later. Bayley, who I believe is a placeholder for Nia Jax, who is a placeholder for Tiffany Stratton. And then you have Cody Rhodes, who is intertwined in this god-awful bloodline story with KO and Randy Orton. Now, first, just on the Logan Paul part. Logan Paul is the worst United States champion I've ever seen in all of my days. In all of my 24 years of living, I've never ever seen a champion, United States champion, that bad. He's been champion for over 200 days and has done nothing with the belt. And every time you tell a Logan Paul fan that he doesn't do anything with the belt, they say he brings exposure. What exposure? Point me to this exposure. Point me to the time where he bought at least, 100 people to turn on Smackdown that night. And let's say you can do that. Let's say you come to me and say, hey, Laf, I found 100 people that Logan Paul got him in a focus group and said, hey, y'all like me? Watch me on Fox. Hey, Logan, are you going to be on the show tonight? No, I'm going to be in California. So why am I watching this show? Why did you just bring me in this room to tell me about a show that I'm not there for? Oh, there's other people there. What if they're not there to see those other people? What if they don't care about those? What if they're only there to see you? What if you have a whole bunch of Logan Paulites, whatever you call your freaking fans, Logan Paul? You have a whole bunch of Logan Paulites ready to watch you on SmackDown, but you're not there, Logan Paul. So why and how and what? What kind of exposure? What exposure is this? They're not going to watch the show unless you're there, and you're not there. So guess what? They're not watching the show. So effectively, you've done nothing, Logan Paul. Wrestling-wise, he's great. But there's other aspects to being a successful wrestler. Like, showing up on the damn program. A little bit. Attempt to be there. Talking about Logan Paul returns. Returns from what? Why is he always gone? And people have the gall to say, oh, it's just like Roman Reigns. Let me tell y'all something. Let me give y'all a little tip. There is nothing in our lifetime that is ever going to be like Roman Reigns. So let's just stop right there. Okay. Roman Reigns is a once in a lifetime superstar who went on a once in a lifetime championship run. I dislike the second half of it. I think he's champion for too long. But guess what? It's over now and I can't change it. And no one else can change it. It's already been done. And it really will never be done again until years and years after, while we're all old and gray. So somehow, some way, when you have a champion who is a heel, they say, oh, he's allowed to show up on TV. He's allowed to never show up because when he comes back, it's going to be worth more. Logan Paul has come back and shown that it's not worth more. People don't care when Logan Paul walks out. You can be a fan of him. You can be hype, there's Logan Paul. He's not a needle mover. He's not a ratings boost. He's not a Roman Reigns. He's not a CM Punk. He's not a John Cena. He's not that guy. I don't give a damn about his podcast. Let's not put a belt on this podcaster who we were all told he was going to be a full-time superstar, and we were lied to. By who? I don't know yet. But someone did. We were told that Logan Paul was going to be full-time, and he was not. Well, he is not. So where do I go about this? Who do I ask? You feel me? Who am I supposed to ask about this? Because there's no reason. There's no reason for him to be as absent as a champion as he is and doesn't bring the same attention that Roman Reigns does or whoever when they come back to the show. He's not Gunther. He's not. There's no one huddled by the TV waiting for Logan Paul to show up. And if they are disappointed almost every week because he's never there. He may do a 30-second, hey, I'm in California. I'm still U.S. champion. Guys, don't forget. It's too late. They already forgot. Everyone in that crowd, for the most part, probably wants LA Knight, to be United States champion, which he should be at SummerSlam. At the latest, Bad Blood. But I don't want Logan Paul as a champion. He should be an attraction only. Because obviously, wrestling is not his number one priority. And I don't expect it to be. Because he's not a wrestler. He's just a YouTuber / podcaster who wrestles. He's a more athletic Pat McAfee. And Pat McAfee, for my money, cares more about the product than Logan Paul does. A little bit. That's all he is. You don't see him putting the belt on Pat McAfee. He's better at wrestling than Pat McAfee is, by far. The best celebrity wrestler beyond Bad Bunny. I think he's better than Bad Bunny. You don't see Bad Bunny walk around with a championship because Bad Bunny's not a wrestler. He's a rapper. So you have the logic to not put a belt on Bad Bunny, but you don't have that logic for Logan Paul. And you can't say, oh, Logan Paul said he's going to show up more. He said a lot of things, and he hasn't done them. So put the belt on someone who is there almost every week, like LA Knight. Yeah, like Carmelo Hayes. Like Montez Ford, who is just doing whatever on the show right now because Triple H has no idea what to do with Montez, Dawkins, and B-Fab because Bob's leaving. So what do you do now with the Pride? It ain't no more Pride. It's the Profits. Profits Row, Street Hit Street. I don't know. That's what it is now. And then you have the undisputed champion Cody Rhodes. And I'm going to tell you this right now. Whoever was the person to beat Roman Reigns at WrestleMania would be in the exact same spot 110 days into their championship run. I don't care who beat Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. They'll be in the exact same spot. You know why? Because Roman Reigns just came off of the most legendary championship run of all time. That will never be replicated. So now, whoever beats Roman Reigns has to live up to that. But breaking news, they can't. And that's the joke. So all the Cody Rhodes haters are like, oh, remember? See, guys, I told you it was going to be boring. Anybody would have been boring. Because they have to live up to what Roman Reigns just did for 3 years. And that's not possible in 110 days. So yes, Cody Rhodes is going to be boring as champion right now. Yes, there's some things that he's not going to be able to pull off right now that Roman had every asset available to do. Vince McMahon gave Roman the ball and said, hey, you're never dropping this ball. Cody Rhodes had the ball for all of 110 days. So yes, these beginning points, while technically he's still feuding with the bloodline, are going to be pretty mediocre. That's just the way it is. It's unfortunate. I don't think it's Cody's doing. He's just the man who has to deal with this now. And then you have Bayley, which, oh man. Bayley is another problem. Bayley is a placeholder for Nia Jax, and Nia Jax is holding place for Tiffany Stratton. We all understand that. Tiffany Stratton is their long-term goal as champion. We all understand that. She has the briefcase for a reason. My problem is Bayley has always been treated like the least out of all of the horsewomen. She's been treated worse than Mercedes, worse than Becky and Charlotte. So both heavy on those last two because Becky gets whatever she wants and Charlotte gets whatever she wants. Mercedes gets a pink slip and the TBS championship learning Wednesdays. And Bayley gets the championship. She won at Mania and has a very boring run right now. Unfortunately, she doesn't deserve to have a bad championship run. Bayley's one of the most consistent women on the roster today in the world. There's not many things that Bayley does wrong. I can't name you 3 things Bayley does wrong. I don't know if I can name you one, if I'm being honest with you. So why does she get treated this way? Under every regime. This is an Vince problem. It's leading to being a Triple H problem. Why is Bayley being treated this way? Why is Bayley always like, why? You can be a fan of Bayley and acknowledge that every time she's like this, it's just like, it's Bayley. Why is it like that? When it was Mercedes Moné, when it was Sasha Banks, it was Sasha Banks. When it's Becky, it's Becky Lynch. When it's Charlotte Flair. When it's Bayley, it's just Bayley. They don't present her the way they presented Sasha and Becky and Charlotte. They never did. They showed hints of trying, but they never did all the way. And now, unfortunately, she has to fall into this line of being a great champion on paper. But story-wise, it's not it. Unfortunately. And again, this goes down to writing. This goes down to creative. This goes down to living up to the standards. You know what I'm saying? Triple H, to me, isn't a bad booker. I think he's very good. But I think a lot of his stories are so slow burn, A lot of his stories are just so, we got to go month by month to get to this big crescendo. But to get to the big crescendo, it takes a long time. And we're in that long time period with Bayley right now. But the funny thing is, we've been in that long-term thing with Bayley for like a decade now, it seems. Bayley always gets this part. She always gets this part in the story. But why? I never knew why. I can't tell you why. I don't know. So all of these things combined with a roster which isn't the best, isn't the worst. You know what I'm saying? They have their gleaming points. They have their Pretty Deadlies, which I'm not a fan of Pretty Deadly. I despise that tag team. I think they are great wrestlers in their own right, but I think the gimmick is stupid and the presentation of them is also stupid. I don't take them seriously, ever. They just came back. I'm very happy they came back from injury. I'm not sure which one was injured, but one of them was for a while. And I'm very happy they're at least healthy. You know what I'm saying? I never want to see anybody hurt. But their gimmick is just not it for me. So it's just, there's a lot of things on SmackDown. Presentation-wise, you're on Fox. The show blacks out every other week. If the crowd says one word that's not a bad, any word that's like a curse word, they just black out the entire feed. You can hear or see shit. You know what I'm saying? The crowd says, "Oh my goodness," Fox. "Oh my God, oh, profanity. Oh, did I just see a middle finger? Oh, we got to turn this entire show off. We got to black the entire screen out. Cut the audio. Why are we doing this? Now they're going to USA Network. USA Network USA Network does the same thing half the time. So I don't know how that's going to go. Raw's going to Netflix. So I assume, hopefully, they can go more on the cutting edge of things as far as their dialect goes, But it's just SmackDown's in a weird place right now. And it's just poor writing, poor execution, poor presentation. It's not something it's not something that's like groundbreaking, you know what I'm saying? They can fix it. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some effort. So hopefully they can before too long, because I can't stand too long of the show being as bad as it is. I've been through the dark days of Monday Night Raw. I don't think there's ever going to be a wrestling show as bad as like 2018, 2019 Monday Night Raw. Need us to stay away from that part. If we can stay away from that part, hopefully, it won't be that bad. But SmackDown needs some help, and they need it now. And there's not a free agent that can save it. There's not a thing cosmetically that can change it. Although I love blue ropes. It comes in within. It comes from within. So we'll see what happens, man. But SmackDown needs some help, and it needs it bad. But if you guys like this video, like the video, subscribe if you're new, subscribe if you have not already. Comment down below what kind of video you want me to do next. Stay safe, drink water. God bless. Thank you. And I will see you in the next video, man.